graduation of companies A, B, C, D, and E from the 2nd Battalion, 60th Infantry Regiment, 193rd Infantry Brigade. The Fort Jackson leadership and our law enforcement have taken extensive measures to ensure the safety and security of our soldiers on the field and the families and friends observing today's ceremony. We ask for your assistance in reporting any suspicious activity or disruptive behavior to law enforcement immediately. The black uniforms and black vests of military police insignia identify our law enforcement officers. The ushers can also assist you as needed. Emergency medical assets are also present at Hilton Field. Again, inform law enforcement or ushers if medical attention is required. In the event of an emergency, the narrator in the press box will instruct you. We ask that you remain calm at all times and that you follow instructions from authorities. If you are attending this event with small children, we ask that you collectively stay together so they are not separated from you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commanding General, Major General Patrick R. Michaelis, and the Post Command Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major Philson Tavernier, welcome to the United States Army Training Center at Fort Jackson for the graduation of Companies A, B, C, D, and E from the 2nd Battalion, 60th Infantry Regiment, 193rd Infantry Brigade. Please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Rice.
Good morning, soldiers and families, and welcome to Fort Jackson. I invite you to pray this morning according to your faith tradition, as I pray according to my faith tradition. Let us pray. Our God in heaven, I thank you for your presence with us during this graduation ceremony. I thank you for each of these soldiers standing on this field today. I thank you for the courage, strength, and resiliency that you provided to each of these soldiers over the past 10 weeks. I praise your name for the energy you provided to them that allowed them to complete this task that I'm sure sometimes seemed impossible. Thank you, Lord, for the family members and friends who stood behind them, cheering and encouraging them on every step of the way to this very defining moment. As these soldiers move forward in their military careers, I ask that you would keep each of them safe, free from any and all forms of harm. Remind them of your promise in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Help them to turn to you as they need the strength to go on and the courage to face each and every single day. Bless them for all that they have given up and all that they will continue to sacrifice in order to keep our country free from terror. Go with us now, keeping us ever aware of your presence and your love for us. It is in your awesome and holy name that I pray and ask these things. Amen.
Please be seated. The purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize the commitment of the men and women you see standing in formation before you today, who have chosen to serve their country as soldiers. This review is the last official formation of the training cycle. Not everyone successfully completes this difficult period of training, but those in formation today represent disciplined, motivated, physically fit soldiers who exemplify the Army's core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. They are imbued with the warrior ethos and display the tenets of putting the mission first, never accepting defeat, never quitting, and never leaving behind a fallen comrade. This is an important day, and these soldiers can take great pride in their accomplishments. To the parents, families, and friends of these soldiers, Fort Jackson extends a very warm and sincere welcome. We are justifiably proud of them and truly honored that they have chosen to join our ranks. Please direct your attention to the left of the formation. The units marching today from your left to right are the 282nd Army Band under the command of Chief Warrant Officer 4 George T. Baker, graduating soldiers from Companies A and B, the Battalion Color Guard, and graduating soldiers from Companies C, D, and E. Identified by their distinctive headgear are the drill sergeants. These dedicated non-commissioned officers form the backbone of the Army's training center system, selected based on professional competence, leadership ability, and years of service. These men and women undergo intensive training to earn the right to wear their distinctive hat and insignia. With the drill sergeant hat goes the important responsibility of molding civilian men and women into soldiers. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Major Artis, who serves as the executive officer for the 2nd Battalion, 60th Infantry Regiment. She and the battalion staff are positioned on the field. The reviewing officer for today's graduation is the commander of the 2nd Battalion, 60th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Hoperidge. On his left is Command Sergeant Major Blyler, the battalion's senior non-commissioned officer, master trainer, and principal advisor to the commander.
Scouts out! Scouts out! Down! Order! Up!
The commander of troops will now bring forward the colors and persons to be honored. Competence and commitment are the hallmarks of professionalism. The soldiers and drill sergeants coming forward will be recognized for their excellence in training and duty performance and serve as examples to all. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. It is appropriate for soldiers in uniform and all armed forces veterans to salute the American flag. We ask our civilian guests to please remove your headgear and place your right hand over your heart as our national anthem is played. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Lieutenant Colonel Hoprich and Command Sergeant Major Blyler will now present the awards. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for Alpha Company is Drill Sergeant Jesse Zaft from Brandon, South Dakota. The soldier leader of the cycle for Alpha Company is Private Melissa Guston from Everman, Texas. The soldier of the cycle for Alpha Company is Specialist Jonathan Stoll from Columbus, Mississippi. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for Bravo Company is Drill Sergeant Nathaniel Evan from Victorville, California. The soldier leader of the cycle for Bravo Company is Private Isaiah Rice from Baltimore, Maryland. The soldier of the cycle for Bravo Company is Private Isaac Wetzel from Newburgh, Indiana. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for Charlie Company is Drill Sergeant Jordan Lambert from Fredericksburg, Virginia. The soldier leader of the cycle for Charlie Company is Private Christopher Rake from Gatesville, Texas. The soldier of the cycle for Charlie Company is Private Dang Tran from Charlotte, North Carolina. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for Delta Company is Drill Sergeant Kirk Smooths from Coopersville, Michigan. The soldier leader of the cycle for Delta Company is PFC Jeru Kassam from Detroit, Michigan. The soldier of the cycle for Delta Company is PFC Chanel Bradley from Porterville, California. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for Echo Company is Drill Sergeant Portia Bell from Tifton, Georgia. The soldier leader of the cycle for Echo Company is PFC Samuel Donathan from Smithton, Illinois. The soldier of the cycle for Echo Company is PV2 Austin Reeves from Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 2nd Battalion, 60th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Hoprich.
Good morning, Brigadier General and Mrs. Michaelis, Command Sergeant Major Tavernier, Colonel Hutton, Command Sergeant Major Worth, distinguished guests, supporting staff and cadre, friends, families present, And those that are literally tuning in from around the world, thank you for being here today at today's ceremony. And welcome to your Soldiers Ceremony. So today is a special day because not only are your soldiers graduating, but it is also Command Sergeant Major Blyler's birthday. Yeah. So, would you please join me with a very loud happy birthday, Command Sergeant Major Blyler. Happy birthday! Okay, now to the actual speech. So since 1917, Fort Jackson has helped forge America's warrior class as it transforms civilians into disciplined, competent, professional soldiers. In short, Fort Jackson is responsible for manufacturing tomorrow's heroes, and it produces them at a rate of more than 40,000 soldiers per year, which is more than half of the Army's requirement. This is why we at Fort Jackson proudly proclaim that victory truly starts here. Today, that tradition continues as we welcome 1,074 of America's newest defenders of freedom into our ranks and mark their graduation from basic combat training. So throughout time, the conduct of war has changed and will continue to change. But through it all, the one constant remains is people. We are a people business, and we are in the business of producing and continuing to develop the best people to be our soldiers, non-commissioned officers, and commissioned officers. I'm very proud to be part of that, and I promise you that our future is in very good hands with those that are standing on this field today. That said, we must recognize that our present is shaped by our past. And I want to start by recognizing our veterans. We're a free nation because of the sacrifices of American service members who have fought for and continue to fight for our freedoms. Can all the veterans stand and be recognized? Out on the field with your soldiers is the 282nd Band. We have the privilege of having one of the best bands in the Army right here on our post, and they always add something special to this ceremony. Please join me in a round of applause for the band. The next group of individuals I'd like to recognize are the cadre. And most importantly, the drill sergeants that transformed your loved ones from a civilian into a soldier. Your soldiers will forget some of their peers. Some of their experiences will fade away. They most certainly won't remember my comments today. But they will always remember the names of their drill sergeants. NCOs like Drill Sergeant Zaft, Evans, Lambert, Schmoes, and Bell. Years from now, they will tell you that they could not have made it through basic combat training without their drill sergeant. Drill sergeants are specially selected from across the Army and undergo rigorous training at the Drill Sergeant Academy. On a daily basis, they display the attributes of a soldier and demonstrate the Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. They have spent the last 10 weeks working hard to ensure that your soldiers made it through basic combat training with the tools to be successful at their first unit of assignment. Working alongside the drill sergeants, we have a host of company commanders and first sergeants, platoon leaders, support cadre, and staff daily moving mountains in support of our mission. We fully recognize the responsibility of our charge, which is caring for and developing America's most precious resource, which are your sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. It is never taken lightly. And for that, I cannot thank them enough for what they so selflessly give every day. To the families, teachers, coaches, mentors, and friends watching this ceremony either live or virtual, thank you. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we continue to battle the dangers of COVID-19 and work toward a solution to end the pandemic. Thank you for your support and trust in us to protect your loved ones. They would not be here without you. And what an amazing group they are. The resiliency this class has shown is a testament to their strength and maturity. Further, these soldiers speak to the richness and diversity that constitutes the strength of our nation since its beginning over 244 years ago. Now, I would like to talk about the graduating soldiers who are standing on the field before you. Here's some pretty interesting facts about this class. They're pretty diverse. The youngest soldier is 18. The oldest is 38. That's pretty good. Yeah. They come from 43 different states and territories and speak 9 different languages. Many soldiers in this formation already have a college degree, 25 with an associate's degree, 32 with a bachelor's degree, and 10 with a master's degree. Yet, despite their unique and diverse backgrounds, what unites all of them is that each one of these soldiers has raised his or her right hand and has sworn to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Soldiers, you arrived at Fort Jackson as individuals, some likely for adventure, others out of a sense of duty. Others want to be part of something larger than themselves, while some sought a different purpose or another direction in life. But you all answered the call to duty and leave as members of an Army strong team. We are proud of you. We saw you all develop and grow strong. You need to be proud of what you have accomplished over the last 10 weeks. Remember, stay motivated, disciplined, and continue to live by the Army values 24 hours a day so when our nation calls, you are ready. No one handed this to you. You have earned the privilege and honor to call yourselves a United States Army soldier. I wish you all the best in your future careers. And to our extended Army families, that's you guys, thank you once again for your attendance, whether it be online or in person, and your tremendous support to our soldiers and our nation. Families and friends, please continue to help and support your new soldiers. They have become something different, something better than what they were. They are now part of the greatest army in the world. Scouts out, no ground to give, victory.
Today's soldier is above all a warrior, adaptive, confident, and competent. As a soldier, you are totally committed to the warrior ethos, grounded in Army values, and determined to destroy enemies of the United States of America and her allies. The United States Army Soldier's Creed embodies this commitment. To the soldiers on the field, the uniform you wear at this moment is more than an outward display of your vocational choice. Your uniform is a symbol of a nation and an unspoken assurance to all those you see you are a willing and able protector of the freedoms fought so arduously for by all who have gone before and all those who will bravely come after. You have become what you set out to be, a soldier in the United States Army. The Soldier's Creed is your declaration of your unshakable commitment to the ideals of this nation that it was founded upon and will continue to guarantee. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as PFC Christopher Rake leads the soldiers standing before you through the reciting of the Soldier's Creed. Please be seated.
Pass and review!
In consideration of those around you, we ask that you please remain seated and in the bleachers until all soldiers have passed the reviewing stand and the conclusion of the ceremony is announced. As you are approached by the American flag, it is appropriate to rise and remain standing until it has passed to your right. Once the ceremony has concluded, family members of awardees may meet their soldier under the canopy located to the left of the bleachers. All other family members and friends, please meet your soldier on the field as instructed by the narrator by respective companies. The 60th Infantry was organized in June of 1917 after America's joining of the First World War by cadre furnished from the 7th U.S. Infantry. In November 1917, it was assigned to the 5th Infantry Division and underwent its baptism of fire on the Western Front. After the First World War, the 60th Infantry was inactivated in South Carolina in 1921. A generation later, in August 1940, war in Europe resulted in a rapid expansion of the U.S. Army. The 60th Infantry was reactivated and assigned to the 9th Infantry Division. In 1943, during the Battle of the Sejanan Valley along the Tunisian-Algerian border, a fanatical drive by the 60th Infantry Regiment captured a German general and his diary, which gave the regiment its nickname. In the German general's account of American actions against German troops, he wrote, "Look at those devils go," thus giving the 60th Infantry Regiment its motto, "Go Devils." On June 11, 1944, the 60th Regiment debarked at Utah Beach on the Cotentin Peninsula, Normandy, France. On 12 June 1944, driving hard toward the Saint-Colomb in France, the 2nd Battalion, 60th Regiment completely outdistanced the rest of the 9th Infantry Division. For a time, the unit was even believed to be lost, but actually the battalion had overrun German defenses in the face of murderous fire and had cut the main highway to the north. Instead of withdrawing, the battalion set up a bridgehead on the Douve River and held the position for 7 hours until the rest of the division was able to catch up, facilitating the cutting of the peninsula. Due to this demonstration of rapid penetration and maneuver, the Scouts Out motto originated for the 2nd Battalion. Scouts Out is the official greeting of the battalion. After service as the 2nd Battle Group, 60th Infantry, from 1958 to 62, 3 battalions were activated at Fort Riley, Kansas, and assigned to the 9th Infantry Division for its deployment to the Republic of Vietnam in December 1966. The 9th Infantry Division was the only major U.S. combat unit to conduct operations in the Mekong Delta region of Vietnam. The 9th Infantry Division was also the first to be withdrawn from Vietnam and returned to Fort Lewis, Washington in 1970, where its battalions were inactivated. Later, 2nd Battalion 60th Infantry was reactivated on 21 October 1972 at Fort Lewis, and then inactivated and relieved from assignment to the 9th Infantry Division in February 1991. The regiment was then assigned to the Training and Doctrine Command on 27 August 1996, with the 2nd Battalion activated at Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Eyes right.
Passing the reviewing stand is the Commander of Troops, Major Artis, and the battalion staff. The 282nd Army Band is commanded by CW4 George Bauer, and the drum major is Staff Sergeant King. Company A is commanded by Captain Terrence Ball. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Colin Thompson and trained by Drill Sergeant Carlos Castro. Second platoon is led by Second Lieutenant Nicholas Anderson and trained by Drill Sergeant Nicholas Gardamal.
Eyes right.
Third platoon is led by First Lieutenant Frederick Callawar and trained by Drill Sergeant Andrew Boyd.
Eyes right.
Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Ryan Wright and trained by Drill Sergeant Michael Schmutz. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Scott Iano. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are approached by the American flag, it is appropriate to rise and remain standing until it has passed to your right. Company B is commanded by Captain Denny Tejas. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Derek Merrill and trained by Drill Sergeant Janice Apatang.
Eyes right.
Second platoon is led by First Lieutenant Thomas Westcott and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant Shaylin Hosea. Third platoon is led by Drill Sergeant Corey Birdsong and trained by Drill Sergeant Robert Perez. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Damian Hamilton and trained by Drill Sergeant Cody Elsa. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Alan Alexander. Company C is commanded by Captain Stephen Malazzo. 1st Platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Donovan Thomas and trained by Drill Sergeant Julian Jarvis.
Eyes right.
2nd Platoon is led by 1st Lieutenant Jacob Kessler and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant Tia Suve.
Eyes right.
3rd Platoon is led by 2nd Lieutenant Jacob Carpenter and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant Jonathan Norris.
Eyes right.
4th Platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Matthew Stiles and trained by Drill Sergeant Mitchell McKibben. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Jeremy Butler. Company D is commanded by Captain Luis Benitez. 1st Platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Michael Murphy and trained by Drill Sergeant Sheena Morales.
Eyes right.
2nd Platoon is led by 1st Lieutenant Taylor McCracken and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant Ryan Cassio.
Eyes right.
3rd Platoon is led by 1st Lieutenant Austin McGinty and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant Christopher Spooner.
Eyes right.
4th Platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Tevin Marshall and trained by Drill Sergeant Ronnie Llewellyn. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Devin Smith.
Eyes right.
Company E is commanded by Captain Richard Kaiser. 1st Platoon is led by 1st Lieutenant Michael White and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant John Rummage.
Eyes right.
2nd Platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Angela Alvarez and trained by Drill Sergeant Garrett Steele.
Eyes right.
3rd Platoon is led by 2nd Lieutenant Danny Hargrove and trained by Drill Sergeant Billy Joplin.
Eyes right.
4th Platoon is led by Drill Sergeant Cedric Wingate and trained by Drill Sergeant Ryan Hacker. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Christopher Montali. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Army song, and please remain in the bleachers until the conclusion of the ceremony is announced and the narrator releases you by company to meet your soldier on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Family members of awardees, please meet your soldier under the canopy to the left of the bleachers. All other family members and friends, please meet your soldier on the parade field once instructed to by respective company.